Hello everyone, welcome to AR Pathshala. Let me brief today's newspaper that is on April 9, 2020. The article is all about needed greater decentralization of power. Okay. Now, over the course of the last few weeks, as we have found ourselves in the throes of a pandemic. What is a pandemic? Pandemic is a situation or a disease or a type of disease that spreads throughout the world. It doesn't remain in a single area. It remains throughout the world. Okay, as pan means all or throughout. Over the course of the last few weeks, as we have found ourselves in the throes of a pandemic, supposedly someone throws us. Is it a painful situation? Of course, yes. So here, throws is a word that has its origin from a word throw. If somebody throws us, it is definitely a painful situation, right? So we can conclude that in the throes of a pandemic means in the painful situation of a pandemic. This is a beautiful idiom in English. In the throes, for example, we are at our houses, we are doing nothing, and we are not getting the money regularly into our accounts, so we are partially unemployed now. We can say that we are in the middle of a painful situation that we can beautifully articulate into an idiom, that is we are in the throes of partial unemployment. And the next word here, invoked. The root word here is voca. VOCA or VOKA stands for call or to say or to speak out. So what is invoke? To call or speak out or request somebody for help. Here in is a positive prefix. It is not a negative prefix. So invoked means to request somebody for help. To request somebody for help. Otherwise, to appeal somebody for help. See, let us delve into it. Even before the Union government invoked the Disaster Management Act 2005, many state governments triggered the Epidemic Disease Act 1897. That means even before Union government appealed the Disaster Management Act 2005, many state governments did something. That's the thing there. And next one. Nothing important here. Yep. See, despite this plainly drawn arrangement, the history of our constitutional practice has been something of a paradox. What is a paradox? A win-win situation. Okay, it is invariably at the level of the states that real development has fructified, but the Union has repeatedly displayed a desire to treat states as the Supreme Court said in S.R. Bommai versus Union of India. What is the significance of S.R. Bommai versus Union of India? Do you know that? Yes. Let me give you a brief understanding. The court laid down a number of guidelines to curb the center's capacity to dismiss a state government, and it upheld the federal structure of the constitution. That means S.R. Bommai versus Union of India gave a special privilege or importance to the states functioning under the union government. So it uplifted the status of states here. Here, the author is trying to elevate the status of states rather than Union of India. So, what is an appendix? Let me talk biology here. It will be funny, but you will understand a beautiful concept here. If you see or if you look at the biological aspect here, appendix, I'm so sorry. If you see the biological aspect here, appendix in our body is a main part or additional part? Yeah, definitely it is an additional part. Now, appendix is nothing but additional. Additional means already there or extra. Extra. Here in S.R. Bommai case, as a mere appendages of the center. States are acting as a mere appendages of the center. That means extra, additional qualities of the center. See, if you are thorough with biology or if you are thorough with polity, you can definitely articulate those subjects with English. And that's what matters at the end of the day in your exams. And next one, edifice. What is an edifice? Are you aware of some Titan watches? Yeah, Titan produces a watch by name Edifice. What is Edifice? A tall structure. A tall structure. Now, see, by striking at the Constitution's federal edifice, it has made the very survival of the states dependent on the grace of the Union. Federal edifice here, federal, he is trying to uplift the status of federal edifice again. So, author here is contrasting the characters. Here he is contrasting the characters. He took two parameters, number one states and number two centers. He is trying out to number one states and number two centers. He is trying out to make a contrast between these two units or elements here. Okay, and now, so edifice is a tall structure. Lastly, rot. What is rot here? Again, we will go to physics. See, till now we covered one political word, one biological word, and now a word related to physics here. Wrought iron. Have you ever come across wrought iron? It's not wrought, it is wrought iron. What is wrought iron? Wrought iron is nothing but a beaten out or shaped iron. Tuck, tuck, tuck sounds are produced, right, in mechanic shops and all. Yeah, that is wrought iron. See, they keep on doing the work, right? They keep on doing the work. So, wrought here, functions as a verb here. Verb. So, keep on doing work. Keep on doing work. If someone says, I am wrought today, it means that he is very exhausted. He is very exhausted or deeply involved in work. Or deeply involved in work. Let us see how the author compares wrought here in this context. To be sure, this impulse, let me erase this, it will be very clear to you. Okay. Yep. To be sure, this impulse to appropriate authority is not in way unique to the Bharatiya Janata Party's command. Congress-led governments of the past have also been susceptible to such motives, but perhaps a crisis of the kind that COVID-19 has wrought will show us that India needs greater decentralization of power. See, a crisis of the kind that COVID-19 has wrought will show us that India needs greater decentralization of power. Here, wrought has been compared, the COVID-19 has been continuously at work. It is not at all leaving anyone. So it is a beautiful articulation once again. And the gist of this article is all about decentralization of power. Only union cannot do whatever it wants to. The contact or the support of state governments is also very much needed. So that's all for the day. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.